G'day, this static stretching routine is developed to help you improve your flexibility, but not only that, it will help you with mobility and also performing your everyday tasks a little bit more efficiently. It should be performed after you exercise to help you return to a resting state, but also any other time that you can in order to increase your flexibility. So the more you do it, the more results you're going to receive from this routine. As a guideline, you should hold the stretches for at least 10 seconds, but 20 to 30 seconds is best. If you have a particular tight area, you could hold that stretch a little bit longer, or you could repeat the stretch as necessary. If you're not doing this routine after an exercise workout, then you do need to warm up ideally before you do this stretching routine. So take 3 or 4 minutes to do an aerobic warm-up such as jogging or rowing, and that will give you a greater benefit from the actual stretch. It's important that you only stretch within your limits, so you go to the limit of a stretch and hold it in that position, and you don't want to bounce into a stretch. So you reach forward or back or to the side, whichever direction you're going, go to your limit and hold it there for ideally the 20 to 30 seconds. Ensure that you continue to breathe throughout the workout or throughout the stretch, so you're not holding your breath at any time. And with stretching, results generally come quite slowly, so persist and be consistent with your stretching workout. Enjoy. This set of exercises can be performed either standing or seated. Firstly, starting with the neck. You're going to drop your head to the side, that is dropping your ear towards your shoulder. Try to keep the hand on the opposite side pushed down to get maximum stretch at the neck. Holding that for the prescribed amount of time, and then take that to the other side. Coming back to center. From here, we're going to turn our head as far as we can to one side. Try to keep your head directly on top of your shoulders, not leaning forward with your head, and then take that to the other side. Coming back to center once again. You're going to turn your head 45 degrees and then drop the chin down. With any of these exercises, you can use your hand to assist in the stretch. Coming back to neutral, 45-degree turn, drop your chin, assist if necessary with your hand. Next, moving to the arms and shoulders, clenching your hands in front of you and push your arms out, palms facing away from you, rounding your upper back, reaching forward as far as you can. And then from that position, extend your arms up and now reach up as high as you can. Palms facing directly upward. And then releasing your hands, clench your hands behind you and roll your shoulders back, extend your hands back as far as you can. And releasing your hands, take one hand behind your head, push down that arm at the elbow, stretching the back of your arm. And then for the other side, take the arm behind, hand down your back, pushing the elbow to extend your arm further down the back. Once again, stretching the triceps, that is the back of your arm. And then we have a chest stretch where we can extend our arms to the side, palms facing forward, and reach back as far as you can. What will make this more effective, however, if you can use a wall or a doorway and then press against that, turning your body away from your arm. The arm will be slightly bent here so as to get maximum stretch through that chest area. Once you've done one side, of course, the other side. Placing your palm on the wall or in a doorway, rotate your body away from your arm, maintaining that slight bend in your arm. There we have the exercises from a standing or seated position. This set of exercises are best performed sitting on the floor. First, we have a butterfly stretch where you take your soles of feet together. You can either grab your ankles, pushing down on your thighs with your elbows and maintain that stretch. Alternatively, you can grab your feet and then pull yourself forward from there. Whichever works best for you. And if you want a greater stretch, and if you're able to, you can then reach forward from that position. This will increase the stretch in your lower back area. So the three options: reaching forward, grabbing your feet, pulling yourself forward, grab your ankles, push down on your thighs, whichever works best for you. The next stretch is with one leg extended. Take the opposite foot across that leg, rotate your body away from that foot. So take your hand behind, push your elbow into your knee and rotate as far as is comfortable. After holding that stretch for a suitable amount of time, changing sides, cross the legs, rotate away from the foot on the bent leg side. Place that elbow on the opposite side of the knee, rotate as far as you can. From that same position now, we're going to grab that leg and hug it in as close to your body as you can. What we're aiming for here is to get a stretch through the side of your hip. And then changing sides. Leg extended, crossed over, grab that leg and hug it in as tight as is comfortable. There you have the set of stretching exercises in a seated position. This set of exercises are best performed on the floor. Firstly, the soleus stretch, which is the lower calf area. We want the side being stretched with the foot flat on the floor and you're pushing down on that leg. The other leg is relaxed and you're sitting on that. So push down, getting maximum stretch through the lower calf area. And that heel can lift slightly if that is comfortable for you to get the best stretch. And then changing sides, foot flat on the floor, push down on that leg, adjusting to get the maximum stretch that is comfortable for you for that lower calf area. Now the next stretch is a hip flexor stretch. We're placing one foot out in front of you so you have your weight on the foot and your knee. You're going to tilt your hips under and rotate slightly forward. We're aiming for a stretch through the front of your hip. Most of your weight in this stretch is in the front leg. And once holding that for a predetermined time, changing sides, extend the leg forward, tilt the hips under, rotate forward, getting a stretch through the front of the hip. Ensure you keep your core engaged throughout this stretch, just to protect your lower back. From this position, now moving into a cat stretch, whereby we've got our hands directly under the shoulders, knees directly below the hips. From this position, you will tuck your chin to your chest, lift your shoulders, tuck your hips underneath, and hold that position. Lifting as high as you can, and then relax. And the final stretch in this group is a stretch for the quadriceps, which can be done either in a standing lying on your side or lying face down position. I prefer lying down. I find it more effective for me personally. So I'm lying flat on the floor. I rest my head on my hand, on my arm, and pull that leg in behind me. As I'm pulling that leg in, I can push my hips into the floor to increase the stretch. And then for the other side, pull the leg in, heel to your buttocks, push your hips into the floor, relax your head on your arm. There you have the stretches in this group. For this group of stretching exercises, we are lying face up on the floor or on a mat. Firstly, we'll grab one leg and pull that into your body as tightly as you can, relaxing your head on the floor. And then changing sides. And then we'll pull both knees in, and as we do so, lift our head, rolling yourself into a ball as tightly as you can. From there, take your head back to the floor, arms out to the side, and then allow your knees to drop to one side. Endeavour to keep your shoulders on the floor. And if you look to the opposite side of your legs, that will help you to increase the stretch and keep that shoulder on the floor. And then rotating to the other side and looking opposite to your knees. And then moving into a hamstring stretch. We can either do this lying down or in a seated position. In the lying position, we reach up, grab that leg and pull it in towards our body. Keeping your head relaxed on the floor. And to demonstrate that in a seated position, I'm bending one leg, extending this leg, and reach forward toward that leg. For this hamstring stretch, my leg is slightly bent and my foot is pointed away, bending from the waist toward that leg. Now to change that stretch into a gastrocnemius stretch, which is the upper calf, I'm going to straighten my leg, point the toe up, and reach forward towards my toe, grabbing that foot if I can. Otherwise, just reach forward as far as you can. You'll find now the stretch is a little bit lower in your leg, that is behind the knee area. And then we'll change sides. Firstly, point the toe away, leg slightly bent, bending forward from the waist toward that leg. You should feel that stretch in the back of your thigh. And then straightening that leg, pointing the toe directly up, and once again bending forward from the waist, reaching forward as far as you can. And there we have stretches in a lying position.